It is continuing to operate its mines in Tanzania and is continuing to explore at its high-grade gold discovery in the Kakamega region in Kenya. The company has also refuted claims that it is operating illegally in Tanzania, saying details of its corporate structure were part of its prospectus for listing at the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange. Well, moving on, players in the energy sector are exploring fresh options to bring down the cost of power in the country. Top industry chiefs now want the ERC to address tariff charges to become more competitive. He is part of that conversation that happened earlier today at the Strathmore University and its business school.
Okay. Well, many thanks. We are covering for you the great energy debate happening here at the Strathmore Business School, where a number of key thought leaders are attending this particular event, which will be seeing a number of people making submissions in regard to the energy question really in the country. As you know, Kenya is still struggling with the shortfall in the supply of energy to the national grid. And I was able to catch up with the convener of this particular event, and that is James Ngomeli, and he now joins us to give us more insights into this particular event. Many thanks, Mr. Ngomeli. Perhaps why this debate at this time?
Thank you very much. I think the most important aspect we want to bring out at this time is are we still having subdued demand of power? We have had investment in the last 5 years or 10 years. Billions have been poured in the country in investment, but still our demand is still very low. We have only grown by 15%. From 1,400 to 1,700. So we want to ask ourselves, what are we investing in the right places? Are we industrializing? Because demand is commensurate to the growth of the economy.
Yeah. And looking at this particular conference, it has some key stakeholders. Perhaps what should we expect to come out of this debate? Are there room for policy issues to be discussed? And other than people talking, will we also have action being done? Action being taken, really?
Yes, I think in this sector, because in this session, because we have the large industries and we have the consumer, why is the demand subdued? Are we not giving quality power? Are we not giving reliable power? Those are the questions that we'll ask ourselves in the forum. And we hope that we'll get tangible answers. And an area like SME, are we giving them the same benefits like the last mile program? Those are the questions now we'll bring on the table. How can we accelerate demand for power? We have 4 million customers that were connected in the last 3-4 years. But why is the demand so low? Are there opportunities to mechanize everything that they are doing? Because I think with the level of investment we have put in and the level of demand that we are getting out, it's really a worrying trend in this country, yes.
And Ngomeli, of course, energy is a big conversation in Africa right now, where several governments are trying to increase supply in order to attract investors who want to invest in manufacturing. As a country, where are we in regard to having cheap, affordable power?
I think in Kenya, the challenge we have is the investment that we have to put in to get this cheap power, or the loans and we have taken. So our power will not be very cheap. But I think from the discussion, you realize that the issue is not about cheap. The issue is reliability and quality. And if you need power, are you going to get it within 10 days? Or if you need a loan, if you need a loan to get electrified, can you get it faster so that your factory can start working? So those are the challenges we will look at. Are there special economic zones? Are we giving concessions to the power, to people who want to use power? Also, the tariffs at night, can you change them so that at night there is a lower tariff? Manufacturers can work. That's what we call 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy is not about the street lights. It's about manufacturing working at night because the power is cheaper at night. So those are the discussions we want to bring on the table.
Yes. And finally, what's that one thing you'd like to see come out of this forum at the end of it all?
I think the most important thing that I want to come in is I want to see that SME, how quickly can they be connected to the grid so that consumption and manufacturing can start. And the areas of the 4 million new customers, is there any way we can mechanize those operations so that there can be an increase in demand? Thank you. Yes.
Many thanks, James Ngomeli. A pleasure speaking to you. And of course, you've heard it there from the main convener of this particular forum happening at the Strathmore Business School, where various stakeholders from the energy sector, the various players are discussing how best can the energy dilemma be fixed. How can we address issues of cost, reliability, and of course, the cheap power at the end of the day. That is the conversation happening here at the Strathmore University.
Well, indeed, thank